Hello, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you celebrate, if you don't, happy holidays, happy day off, or whatever it is for you. This video is how to make conch. So my father-in-law comes in town every year, and every year we have him make his conch fritters, all right? And they are amazing, y'all. They are so good. And I'm telling y'all, they are amazing. So this time, we told him before he goes home, because he has been with us for about, what, 8 months now?
Yep.
About 8 months. And we've had him all year. What a blessing. We've had him all year. But he's on his way home next week. And so we needed to get this on video because we want to be able to make them, even though we probably won't. We'll probably wait until he comes back because it's our treat. It's his labor of love for us to enjoy. And they are amazing. But we are going to go ahead and share how to make conch fritters with you guys. All right, and so this is how it looks when it's frozen, and you'll understand at the end of the video because this is the beginning of the video. But this is what it looks like when it's frozen. So you can put it in a freezer bag, freeze it, just put the date on it, and you're not going to keep it in the freezer long anyway. It normally doesn't even last in our freezer for a week because we'll eat it for breakfast, lunch, and today we had it for dinner. So feel free to go ahead and enjoy this video as my father-in-law, Sam, goes from beginning to end of how to make conch fritters. Bye, guys. All right, you got 1.72 pounds.
What does that say? It's ripped right where I needed it to. The first
I know,
one.
I see.
Is that 0.7 pounds? Or?
Yep, it's 0.721 pounds.
All right. Not quite a pound. So you can see what I'm starting out with. That's not quite a pound. I think I'm going to use 3 eggs.
We ain't using no creamer, no coffee.
No creamer, no coffee, but I'm going to have my cup.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm starting out with this piece of onion. I'll probably need more.
So what, normally one onion then?
Big onion.
All right, so that's
This was
what we
already in the
need. So
refrigerator.
one big onion, right, so that's fine.
This might be enough for the bell pepper. I won't cut this unless I need it.
All right, so you got a bell pepper.
Nice big one. 3 eggs.
3 eggs, y'all. And we got the large brown eggs. 3 of them.
And I'm going to start out with 2.5 cups or 3 cups of self-rising flour. Not, what's the other one?
I don't know, it's regular flour. Turn that down real quick.
Self-rising flour.
So that was 2.5 to 3 cups?
Yeah.
All right.
And you're going to need maybe a half a cup of regular milk or any kind of milk.
All right.
And I'll let this rinse off. Leave it in some water till you see the water getting cloudy. You know, you want to make sure the water is clean. Rinse it out a couple times so let it soak.
All right, make sure it's nice and clean.
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Just put this in here. This is what the pieces look like. That's the conch meat out the shell. That looks like a whole big one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Seashell.
And if you go get conch, there's 2 different kinds. There's not 2 kinds, but you want to make sure it's clean. A lot of it's not need to be clean more. This one's clean. It got other ones got like dark skin or dark meat on it. So you want to.
You don't want no dark meat.
Yeah, because you're going to work to get it all off.
Okay.
So
make sure it's clean.
This costs a little bit more.
All right.
And so throw this away.
So that's it for right now?
That's it for right now. I'm going to make me a cup of coffee.
All right, so we'll be back.
Yeah. It's a little bit cloudy.
It's cloudier.
I'm gonna dump this water off. Dump it off. It's pretty clean. But then I do this. I rinse it. I rinse it again. And we on video now?
Yep, you on. You on.
All right.
Go ahead, do you.
The conch is clean, but there's like a little filament that I removed. You could use the whole thing, but I cut it. If you can see this little thin little membrane, I take that off. I take it off. I take that off. The rest of it's all right. You could probably use this, but I take it off. rinse it some more, rinse it off. I'm going to put this in the food processor. Before I do that, I cut it in smaller pieces to make it easier on the machine. Cut the conch in smaller pieces for the machine to sink. Like that. Little pieces. And we need to correct the amount. We said it was 0.7 pounds. It was 1.75 pounds. It's a little more than a pound, almost 2 pounds. I'm gonna put them right here in the food processor. I usually do the conch first. Mix everything in this bowl. All right. Put this on here. It won't work without putting this in and this in. Well, you can leave this out. And here we go. We're gonna mix it. Depending on how fine you want it, some people like it more chunky than others. Got a couple pieces sticking to the side. I don't want it all. I want it all to be about the same. So, you got a piece like that down in there. Take the side. This is just about ready except for that big piece. That's where you can taste conch. All right. One more wood, mix up. That should be fine. That should be good. All right. Laid out. See how that looks now? It see, you can see real good. Nice and chopped up. When I first started making conch fritters, I used to tenderize it by hand and cut up all the little pieces. It was a lot of work. This makes it quick. I'm putting this in the bowl. My little rubber scraper here, where is that at? Get it all out. Yeah, that's good. Just believe me, this is a lot quicker than doing this by hand. You don't have to worry about tenderizing the conch. This does the trick for that. I'm going to put the bell pepper in, this thick, just like the conch. Put that in first. I used to cut up all the vegetables, onions and bell pepper by hand before. Like I say, the food processor is a big time saver. Sometimes I save a couple pieces of the vegetables, so you have a little chunky piece. Take this inside white stuff out. I'm gonna need a little bit more bell pepper. All right. And again, I cut it up in little smaller pieces. Believe me, this is a real time saver with the blend with the food processor. All right, okay, we got the onions. I'm gonna use whole onion. I'll start out with that. Different knife. Take this one. Try that. I don't know if that's any better. Tough skin. Some people run cold water when they're working with onions. It bothers your eyes, that's what somebody told me. So usually when I'm working with onions, I turn on cold water. It helps a lot, but I do it. What I'm going to do is put the onions in there with the bell pepper. Save a step. I'll cut the onion up a little more. About the same size as the conch. Just for the sake of ease on the machine. this up. That way I rest my knife while I'm cutting the onion. I don't know if that helps in my hands. Keep the tears down. I think I'm going to use this other cut onion with it. It might be enough. It should be enough. I like onions to be kind of chunky in and the bell pepper. So you don't want it too fine. You don't want it too fine. Let's see that. I like biting into a piece of an onion and a piece of the bell pepper and a piece of the conch. You don't want it too fine. There. All right. So that was an onion and a half. I think that helped with my hands off. I didn't cry that time. I'm gonna cut some more bell pepper. Take the white out. Don't worry about the seeds. Some people pick out the seeds. I don't. I leave some in if they're in the way. I leave them. But, all right. Cut this up some more. Give it a little start for the processor. All this in there together. I used to do the onions and then the pepper and then the conch, but I usually want to try it. It should be all right. This good powerful machine here. And what I do is I'll kind of watch it so it don't get too fine. See what this is. Whoa, yeah. All right, some people like it a little more chunky. And we're gonna use it just like this. It is what it is. It's kind of fine, but that'll be all right. All right. It's kind of fine, but that's all right. Now my eyes water. Gotta just mix it up a little bit. I didn't put all the onions in and bell pepper. I didn't put it all in. There's still some more left. Just do your particular taste how you want it. And then mix. And the onion's starting to get to me. my coffee. It's cold. See, that's the conch with the onions and bell pepper. That should be blended up pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna start out with 2 cups of flour. Remember, self-rising flour. And I usually measure it. You know, there's different ways to make conch fritters, but this is how I do it. There's different recipes on YouTube, but this is how I do it. I'm gonna start out with 2 cups. All right, that's 3. I'm not gonna put all of it in yet. Put some in, that's what I do, and get that mixed in. Start out like that. You can see it. Get it off the sides. I'm gonna get me start out with what? Just a little bit of milk. So I'm using almond milk, unsweetened. You can use whatever milk you want. All right. I can't see. Put my glasses on. All right, here's 1 cup. I'm gonna start out with 1/2 cup. I'm starting out with 1/2. I'm gonna add that so it gets a little moisture. You can always add more. It doesn't have to be soupy to start out. Get it off the bottom. Get it off the side. Come right here so you can see a little better, maybe. All right. Remember, I'm trying to do my best for the camera. All right. You see that? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna add my eggs. 3 eggs. These are just my portions. I've learned how to do this. I learned about conch fritters in West Palm Beach when I moved there. And I liked them so much from the restaurants and things that I had to learn how to do it myself. All right. Mix them in. I'm using a fork. I mixed in 2 eggs so far. Two eggs. All right, let me get some pepper. This out the way. Some salt. I'm not trying to make them real fancy. This is, what I learned to do. I'm gonna put some hot sauce in this batter. Some people use a little paprika, but I think there's paprika in that. Black pepper. To your particular taste. This is a nice batch with 1 pound and almost 2 pounds of conch. Some salt to your taste. I don't like to add too much. To begin with, you can always put them on your own, the fritters when they're made, if you want more. Yeah, mix it up. See how it looks before it's mixed? You see the consistency? All right. Mix it up good. Mix it up good. Fork gets it off the bottom pretty good and off the sides. Gets it mixed up. Now I can add another portion of this 3 cups. All right. So I still got like a cup left. I'll add it as I need it. If I don't need it, I'll put it back in the bag. See how that looks so far? Plus, did I add the milk? Yes, I did. Believe me, I used to do all that cutting up and chopping by hand. First you had to tenderize the conch because it's tough if you don't. But the food processor kind of tenderizes it. Because just regular conch is tough. Chewy rather, not tough but chewy. Add another egg at this point right now. And the 3rd egg. Scrape the sides. I trust this video turns out all right for everybody or whoever wants to see how to make conch fritters the way I do it. Sometimes some people like it with I've been adding shrimp, and that makes it good. I cut it up in small pieces sometimes. This time I'm not. This is just conch fritters. Get it all off the sides. Get it up off the bottom. Mix it up real good, real good, real good. Yeah. See how that's looking so far? See that? This is still kind of loose. I'm gonna put some more pepper in here. And I don't want to forget, even though this is self-rising flour, it helps it kind of stay light. I'm gonna put some bacon, what is it? Baking powder. I'm gonna put some baking powder in it. Any kind of makes it lighten up the batter so it's not like a biscuit. You want it to, I like it to be a little more a fluffy consistency. Not fluffy, but I don't like chewy conch. I'm gonna put one in. I'm gonna put two in. Baking powder. For right now. Put that in there. Mix that up. And once it's all made, you can, I like to let the whole batter sit a while in the refrigerator, cover it up. I think the fritters taste better when they're all, when everything had a chance to marinate. But you can make them, you can start frying them right away, but I think it's better to let them sit, let the batter sit. I think I made a little bit. Here's what's left over from the onions and bell pepper. I don't think I need all of that. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. I'll put a little bit more of these in here. All right, that's what's left. I mixed up a little bit more. Sometimes you can hand cut some onions and bell pepper for some chunky pieces. I didn't do that this time for the sake of the video. But you can leave some chunks in there, but this is pretty good. And I think I'm gonna add, there's 1 cup left of flour. I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. There's less than a cup left in there of flour. I think I'll finish my coffee before it gets too cold. Yeah. Mix it all up. Once you start making conch fritter, you get the feel of how you want to mix. You don't want it too wet. Yeah. Too loose. So That's why I don't pour it all in at one time. I don't put all of it in at once. The flour and eggs, depending on how much you're making. Remember, this batch is for 1 pound and 0.7 pounds. Almost 2 pounds. Almost. That makes a nice little bunch of fritters out there. And usually when I'm frying them, I find that the best frying oil is peanut oil. You can use any oil. Good to use some fresh, clean oil when you're making them. Get that good, fresh taste. I think I'm gonna put a little more hot sauce in here. A little bit more, not much. Not much. Get this all mixed up good. You can put a little more salt in it. Up to you how much salt and pepper you put in. I like salt, but I'm not gonna be too heavy on that, putting it in there. Just keep mixing. Just keep mixing. Just keep mixing. That's what I do. You see how it is? You see the consistency right now with what I put in. You want the batter to just fall off of a spoon when you're making the fritters. You don't want it too thick. Okay, so it's about getting there right now. I think I could even add a little more flour. These will be nice and chunky. I'm gonna add a little more flour. About a half a cup flour left. I'm mixing this in. So, anybody watching this video, this is a suggestion, and like I'm not taking credit, I learned how to make these in West Palm Beach, Florida. This is like a Bahamian specialty. And West Palm Beach is like, if you go 40 miles east of West Palm Beach, you're right at the ocean in West Palm Beach. 40 miles from the coast is West End, Bahamas, Freeport. So we were close to the Bahamas, and I learned to make it there. Plus watching other people's recipes online. And seems like everybody that tries these so far enjoys them. And you see that? You want about that much for a fritter. You don't want to make them too big because this is real rich. You don't want to make them too big, something like that. So it slides off your spoon, about like that. This is almost ready. Just scraping the sides.
You getting it?
It's almost done. Yeah.
It smells good, I swear, every time, even though you don't even cook it yet, it just smells so good.
See? I'm glad you smell it. That's good.
I can smell it, y'all.
It's almost ready.
I can smell it.
I like to let it sit a little bit in the refrigerator.
About how long would you say to let it sit? I came up at the right time.
Well, you can start making them right now, but I like to give them half an hour at least.
Awesome.
You know, let the flour work.
Solid.
Yeah, oh, I put the baking powder in. I did that.
All right.
I put 2 teaspoons in, even though I use the self-rising flour. And just keep mixing it. Get all that off the bottom. This is almost pound and 0.75, whatever that is. And that's how much I mixed with the onions and green pepper again, from what you saw me start out with. I have
Still
this
have
left
a little
over.
bit left. All right.
So I'm not gonna put this in.
All right.
I think that's good.
I could put that in an omelet tomorrow.
Hey, all right, good.
Yep.
Nothing
We'll
going
put
to
that in
waste.
an omelet.
Nothing going to waste.
Woo!
That's what it looks like. I did it.
Yes.
I diced it up with the food processor, so that makes it quick. We'll cover this up and stick this in the refrigerator.
All right, tell him who you is. Tell him who you is.
I'm Raheem's dad, Mr. Samuel Jennings Eel, and
That's my dad.
my daughter Christine, his wife,
Hey, y'all.
and hope y'all enjoy.
And what is this?
This is conch fritter batter.
This is conch
This
fritter
is not
batter.
the conch fritter, so you may see that after we start cooking.
Yep, we're gonna be back with the
All
cooking.
right, so we out for right now.
All right. So guys, we're going to come back after about 35, 45 minutes. We're going to cook up some of these conch fritters, and he's going to talk through, or we'll talk through if he doesn't feel like cooking it up. But there's a way that you need to cook them also in the oil. So we'll be back.
Do we have peanut oil?
No. All right. We back.
All right, I'm back with part 2. We're going to prepare these conch fritters. I'm going to make what we call secret sauce, but you're going to know how to make it. The basic ingredients to the secret sauce is mayonnaise or Miracle Whip if you like that, relish, mustard, I like the yellow mustard, ketchup, that's the basic ingredients, hot sauce. All right, we're gonna start out with enough to make some. You can use whatever portions of each to your own taste. I'm just putting this mayonnaise in. I'm putting some ketchup in. All right. Putting yellow mustard in. Can you see that?
They can see it.
All right, the pot is in the way, but that's all right. That's all right.
Just bring the bowl up to the camera so they can see it when you do it.
Yeah.
Be careful not to burn yourself.
Yeah. I'm putting mustard in. Since the pot is there, I'll show you once I get everything in what it looks like. All right, relish. This is secret sauce. There's no secret anymore.
It's still a secret because they don't know
Black
how
pepper.
much of each.
You put whatever you want in, as much as you want. I like it to look pink, red. There you go.
Let them see that right there.
That's before it gets all mixed up. And put more ketchup in there. More relish in there.
It's a certain consistency and look you're going for, right?
Right.
That's
Did I
the
put hot
secret,
sauce in?
y'all.
Hot sauce. All right. This is while the grease is getting hot. You don't want the conch fritters to fall to the bottom. You don't want the batter to fall to the bottom. You want them to float as soon as it gets dropped in. That way you know the oil is hot enough. Otherwise they get like waterlogged, but oil-logged. You don't want that. You put some more ketchup in here. put some more black pepper in. I'm gonna just mix it all up. Mix it all up. And then your secret sauce. You want or more ketchup or more mustard? It's up to you. Yeah, more relish is up to you. Make sure I get it in the camera. All right, that's a good camera. I'm gonna put a little more mustard in. I mean more relish in this. I think that might be good. See how that looks? Might want to put a little more ketchup in this. I like to test the oil with onions, with a little piece of onion, but I don't have it. Chris say Raheem uses a piece of bread, so I'm gonna try that. And, put that in there before the batter. A little more ketchup. Warm in the kitchen. That's because it's cold outside. This is December 18th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The snow outside. We had a lot of snow. All right. Let's see the fire here. How that bread, all right. The bread is bubbling. So, I think this might be ready. You drop some in.
All right.
Here's the batter from in the refrigerator. How long? About a half an hour, 45 minutes? Hour? That's the batter. All right. I'm gonna use a tablespoon. I'm gonna stir it up. Make sure you stir it up. I'm gonna use a tablespoon to make the fritters. See how it's sticking? You just want that much. Just like that. You don't want them too big because they're real rich. All right, I think that oil's just right. Look at that. Everything boils as soon as it hits the grease. Straight to the top. All right. I'm gonna make them small. Like I said, these are real rich, full of conch. I think the oil is just, let me turn this down. About half there. These things are cooking up. Turn the heat down a little bit. I can see the size of this pan. Yeah. Like I said, just a little bit off of the tablespoon. I'm gonna put one more in. These are rich. Yeah. cooking, you need to keep turning them. Don't walk away from them. This is something you gotta stand over, cook them to order the best. They don't taste real, they're good heated up, but they're better fresh or whatever you're gonna eat or whoever, how many people you're gonna cook for. Just make that batch. What I do is you just keep turning them. Once you turn them, you see a little light spot. I stick a fork in. It gets the batter cooked up inside. Because these are cooking fast. I try to do that for each one. And flip it back over. That way the batter gets done inside. I like them cooked through and through. Yeah, come on. Turn them over when they get that fork in them. Just keep tossing them. Now you don't have to do this fork part, but I do. I think it makes them better. I can get one. Yeah, you want them to get done inside. And like I say, don't leave them. Stand over them and keep turning them. Once they start getting brown on one side, they'll make it easier to flip over. Here's a piece look like it's all done. This little piece. See the consistency, the color of it. That's the way I like it. A little bit crispy, but yeah. Yeah. All right. These are just about ready. Just keep turning so they get cooked even, both sides, as much as possible. Like I say, I stick them with a fork at least once if I can do it, you know. Get that inside batter done. Sometimes I stick them more than once. Yeah. All right, here's a few that look like they're done. And I need something. Pull them out. All right. So here's a few that look like they're ready. Take them out, put them on a paper towel or something like that we have here. Get the oil off. Yeah. Yeah. These look like they might be right, just right. And I don't want to cook too many. I want them to be hot for whenever who's ready to eat. Who's ready for these? Anybody? I'm gonna turn the oil off. Yeah, so we got a few made.
How many you got made?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 that fast?
Little ones.
You gonna need some more. Raheem can eat them by himself. Let's get it.
I'll make them.
Come on, bro. Let's go,
I
let's
like
eat.
them to be cold. Ready?
Yeah, it's ready. That's what I said.
They don't take that long. All right, so there's a request for more. I made 10. And that's like the oil.
You ready to eat that?
I'm gonna just have a few and some coleslaw.
Okay.
All right.
You having some? Okay, so you're having coleslaw. You don't want none of the veggies.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
So, trying to heat it back up a little bit.
We gonna let them see how good this is.
Now, see how they floating right to the top right away? That's what you want. You don't want them to land on the bottom. You don't want them on the bottom. And that lets you know the oil is hot enough. Like I say, I'm using a tablespoon. And let it drop. Don't burn yourself with the grease.
Child.
There's Raheem in the background.
Get it.
They're videoing this because they think they want to make them themselves, so we'll see.
That made 10. I said, Raheem can eat 10 by himself.
You know what? I think this is some rich batter. I could have thinned this out a little bit. Need somebody to tell me. So we'll get a taster here in a minute. Need somebody to taste it.
Hold up, you got to bring the camera over. Let you get the real deal. Holyfield.
Yes, oil.
You gonna let Raheem be the first?
You all eat them.
I know. We'll let Raheem test it
You
out.
need a camera? Go ahead.
So we gonna come on over here and let Raheem let y'all know how good these conch fritters are. Hold up.
I don't want to make them too big.
Put them right here.
It's about to go down.
They're real filling.
In
Got it.
T minus,
There's a lot of conch in these.
I don't know how much time with conch. Are they done yet?
Yeah, they're down
What's
there.
the handful?
Oh, sugar. Hey, hey.
We got some of them junkies right here. Go ahead, babe, take a
If
few.
you all have never had these, y'all tell them about the boom boom sauce. Y'all saw the boom boom sauce?
The secret sauce.
All right. I'll be good.
That's a Bahamian delicacy.
I told him, look, Dad. Go ahead, Rob. We need some more. They gone already.
Wait.
Told you.
Come on.
Told you they good. You know. You know.
Mm.
Tell her what it's here for.
All right.
Is it good?
Let me get close so you can see the smoke coming up out of these joints. You want to get them when they're hot. Trust me on that. It's like with anything fried.
Look at that. That's hot.
It always tastes better when it's. Yeah, I mean.
No double dipping, y'all. No double dipping.
The vegetables are good.
Good job, Dad. Always good job.
Fire that.
Now we recorded it, so we should
I'm
know how to
making a
make it
mess.
ourselves.
10-second rule.
You know, there shouldn't be too much of variation on the recipe. Don't try to experiment it. Just
Did you mention to them about the shrimp in the batter sometimes?
yeah, I think you said you didn't want none. I think they got it. I'm not sure, but
If we didn't mention, I'll be back. These are so good.
They're bomb. Them kids.
If you didn't mention, you could also put, we've been putting recently, you know, to be good inside of here, some crab meat.
We got crab meat too.
that's changing the recipe.
This is the OG mud bone recipe.
That's the original comfort.
This is the original comforter, but yeah, you can play with it a little bit. Put some shrimp in here.
Shrimp, we know that. That's good. Cut up small pieces.
And listen,
Small pieces of shrimp.
you will not go wrong. Small pieces of shrimp, he said.
Cut
So
up small.
cut up small.
Real small.
Right. You don't want to put the shrimp in the food processor. Just hand cut them up. So you just get a bite of shrimp when you bite into it. Everything.
Yes. Yeah. So we always get a treat when Dad comes to see us. This is when we get to do the conch fritters.
Anytime Dad comes, this is mandatory.
Mandatory.
And he's
Almost the
been,
first night.
he been wanting to show me how to make them, but I don't want to know. I would rather keep, because if I know how to make it, y'all know what I mean. You'll make it all the time. You ever, you find something that you like, a song that you like, you play it over and over and over and over, and you kind of, you know what I mean. So I want to keep it special.
Tell them about leftover batter.
But I figure now it's time. Let's get this on film because we gotta learn how to do this. And you talk about some comfort food. Oh my goodness. It's a fire over here. It's a fire. It's a 3-alarm. What was you saying, Dad? Tell them about
Tell them
what?
how to store the leftovers. Store the leftovers.
Don't leave it in the refrigerator too long without it being frozen.
I'll be back.
You know. You do it or did I do it?
This makes a lot of batter. Like 1 box of Conch. Get it, cut it, the store when you get it because you only need 1/4 of a box to really make a whole lot.
But remember, Ryan, some places don't sell you can buy it by the pound.
Sometimes you gotta buy by the pound. So each one of the packages that we had were about how much?
The one today we read the weight was 1 pound .75.
So
Almost
2 pounds, you know, and that makes that big tub that he had over there. And there's a lot of fritters inside of that batter. So what you do is you freeze the rest.
Show them how much is still left of them.
I mean, this weighs a lot right now. I don't know if you can kind of get a good idea.
Get it close.
I think that'll give you a good idea of actually how much this makes. So whenever you, whatever you have left over, put it in the freezer.
Make sure freezer bag.
It'll keep inside of there. We put it in like a serving size for our family. We'll put that in the freezer bag. We'll close it up. Boom, throw it in the freezer. Then we'll do more. So anytime that we want to make them, we just pull out what we are going to have for that night and just cook that. If you have any left over from that, you can put it in the refrigerator for a day or two. You don't want to put it in there too long in the refrigerator.
Because if it starts turning colors, you got to throw it out.
Right.
It'll spoil quick.
Don't leave it on the counter unless you're ready to cook it.
Yeah.
Conch is real delicate.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's that thing. Got that thing in there. Y'all know when something got that thing.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, what?
That's how you make Conch fritters.
That's how you make Conch fritters.
Now,
Come over here.
we're here.
Brother Sam got something to say. Say something, Brother Sam.
Usually, the way I found them eating comforters, they add in their vegetables. From the seafood places I had, that was the option, but coleslaw and fries or something like that. You know, like the seafood, but that's different. That's good. I wouldn't. You got some coleslaw too. So.
And he has his coleslaw. He gonna eat it in a minute.
I turned the fire. Oh, let me turn this off. They're pretty good, Raheem.
Oh, these is right where they need to be. Talking about what they need to be talking about. Sam?
Pretty good, Raheem. Say so.
Say so.
Myself, I'm gonna put the lid on it unless y'all want more.
You get this cup in here. Welcome to the Ills house. Conch fritters. We sharing the recipe. Maybe.
December 18th, 2020.
2020. We ended the year eating right. Y'all eating right.
Hot.
Blessed.
Don't nobody need to go to no restaurants. We out. Anything you want to say, Dad?
Just, if you have a lot of batter left over, remember, keep it refrigerated or frozen till you're ready to eat it. But,
And it thaws out quick.
yeah, put it in some cold water, thaw it out, rinse it off if it's, the whole conch. So, trust everybody enjoys it.
Amen. Peace out. Bye.
I hope you all have a happy holidays, or if you do celebrate. And if you don't celebrate holidays, I feel you. Celebrate every day. Make it a good one.
Bye, guys.